Welcome to the Fantasy Football House. How's everybody doing today? I got Craig here to my left, Dustin here to my right. My name's Josh. How we doing, guys?
Outstanding. That game last night was so exciting.
It was unbelievable.
I think I'm still like on a high from that game. It was so amazing. I was going to use another reference, but we'll keep this a family show.
Hey, last week I said if you got your Bucks, your Cowboys, you're starting them, and you were not disappointed unless you were the Zeke owner.
And Leonard Fournette, I mean, he didn't have an amazing game. The running game was somewhat stagnant, but
I was excited. As a Cowboys fan, we shut down that run game. Leonard Fournette had, 30 rushing yards?
Yeah.
Defensively, I was. You're not going to stop Tom Brady. But
Micah Parsons, super excited.
he's a rookie, boy.
Yeah.
Tom took advantage of that one.
He did. But
ate him up on a couple of those passes where he got stuck in coverage.
Turn around. Stop running away from him.
I mean, 800 yards passing between the two of them, though.
It was a fantastic game. We're going to put it together with our recap that we'll do for the rest of the week here either Sunday night or Monday night. But guys, it is upon us. Rex Manning Day is coming on Sunday. It's the greatest day of the year. Opening weekend of football, NFL football. What's our plans, guys? What are y'all doing? Kicking back on the couch, watching games all day, or what's going down?
I got a recliner. It's
Ooh.
nice. The recliner's very nice.
I got a gaming chair, but I'm going to be using it for work. So I will have ESPN pulled up somewhere. Probably not on the work computer, but somewhere. And I will be monitoring it.
NFL Red Zone.
Yeah, Red Zone. That's where it's at.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's where I'll be watching.
You can't even go to the restroom. You don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Scott,
You're gonna miss
Scott
something.
Hansen does not let you go to the restroom. He's like, hey, well, we're jumping over to this live action.
Yeah.
I love when he starts to get antsy. Like, there's that lull where no games really, and he's like,
Nobody's in the red zone. Yeah.
what do we do? What do we do?
Well, no, and then he goes on a super high when he's like, we're at triple box right now, triple box screen. Like,
Gotta
oh,
love
man.
it.
Good stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we got a jam-packed episode here. We got a week 1 preview, of course, and then we got our Take It to the Bank starter of the week. So we're each going to give you all a starter of the week that's going to be that lock-in, guaranteed, take it to the house, take it straight to Vegas,
Confidence.
bet
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Take
That's
it to
gonna
the
happen.
bank. I like it.
Take it to the bank.
It just reminds me of WWE, like
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
I was at an account the other day, and the lady at the front desk it was a bank, and the lady that works the front desk has her little nameplate out there. First person you see when you go in the bank, Penny Roller.
That's her name.
Dope.
Yeah.
Her name's Penny. She married a guy with the last name Roller. Her name is Penny Roller, and she works at a bank.
I'd be kind of upset if she didn't. Like,
I
working
told her.
at Whataburger, like,
I
no.
told them that
You should get a bank job.
Yeah.
it should be like in her like resume, like contract, like she gets a bump in pay just
yeah.
for that name.
Yeah.
When she applies in any bank.
Hey, how come
So
Penny
what-
makes more money than me? Like, well, change your name.
So what brings you into work today? What do you bring to the company? Look at my name.
Yeah, no.
Enough
When
said.
I first walked in there, nobody was at the front desk the first time I ever went in there, and I thought it was some kind of prank. I was like, okay, Penny Roller, y'all got me. Like, that's a cool name. Nobody sits at this desk, right? And then out pops Penny.
You think it's just on display so
I'm
people
like-
can get a chuckle?
Yeah.
What if somebody's name is Penny Roller?
It wasn't even Halloween.
That's awesome.
Well, let's get into week 1 action. We're going to start off with the Arizona Cardinals at the Tennessee Titans, where they are favorite by 3 points. Guys, let's just throw it around the room here. The feeling about the game overall, high scoring, low scoring, and then who we're targeting in this matchup that, could be potential big-time plays, big-time starters. We know the obvious starters, so we won't hit on all those, but the
Right.
ones that are really going to jump off the page. Craig?
Start your studs, like you said. So, Tennessee, A.J. Brown, Julio, Tannehill, Derrick Henry. And then Arizona.
Murray, D-Hop,
You could-
Chase Edmonds.
Yeah. Chase Edmonds is a nice RB2 play.
Yeah.
And if you're in a deep enough league, which I have a few, I think you can start A.J. Green in this one too.
And
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
I would also say, too, I don't know if you would do it for a 12-team league, but 14, 16, I mean, I think you'd have to roll Connor out there. I mean, you
Sure.
gotta roll the dice. I mean, just because, they're just so short, like in those leagues of quality running backs.
We were talking about a 16 team I think it was at work earlier.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
you get into those, buddy, man, you're starting basically everybody.
Yeah.
If they got a pulse, if they touch the ball, you're putting them in your lineup.
Yeah, and Connor's definitely going to get some work. I'm looking at probably 60-40.
I want to know how that. Yeah, that's the big question all season.
I think it's going to be
off season.
out of the gate. It's going to be 60-40 towards Edmonds, but we're going to see.
I'm gonna go.
And I mean, I think it's going to be a super high scoring game. So with that said, Edmonds is going to get tired, whether it's 60-40 or not. That high scoring of a game.
I'm going to bring it to you right here. The highest scoring game of the week. I'm calling it. You're going to top last night's game.
I was about to say, what was last night? That was
last night was like 60, right?
59. We lost by 2.
29-31?
Nobody said there would be math.
29-31?
60. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go yes, but 50-50. Edmonds, Connor, 50-50.
Okay.
And if you start him, you might even be a little disappointed. But I'm just going to call that based off of
I think
what I
it's
saw
week
last
one.
year.
You got to, based on where you draft him at, you got to run Edmonds out there.
Yes.
Same thing with, there is no really other matchup issues. Both defenses aren't the best in the world.
PPR, go Edmonds. Standard, go Connor.
And in my opinion, it's mainly because of the offense they run. I mean, they're going to be airing the ball out.
Spread them out, air raid offense. Spread it out,
exactly what you saw last night with those two offenses between Dallas and New England. You should see that with hopefully both the offenses, but for sure with Arizona. I mean, that's just their style. They're going to spread it out, and you probably see the running back only touch the ball a couple times.
Is there anybody we missed? Fursker? No, I'm not playing
No,
Fursker.
I mean, I'm actually really interested in Julio's first game. Let's see what he has as a Titan.
Yeah, I didn't get him anywhere, but I wanted him. I just age, injury. I couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah. That's a lot of people.
Who wins it?
Oh yeah, we should call that out real quick. I got Tennessee and a nail biter since they're at home.
I'm gonna go the Cards. D-Hop and I think it comes down to D-Hop and Murray. Murray's gonna get it with the legs.
I think Arizona wins, but if I had to place a bet, I'd go with Tennessee just because they're at home.
Alrighty.
What about a bet for the Edmonds Connor? Do we want to? Anybody feel confident enough to say that one running back is going to be?
No, I stick with 60-40. I mean, so I guess
60-40 in favor of Edmonds.
I guess I would go with Edmonds.
I go 50-50, man. I think it's going to be a pretty.
I mean, statistically, I should go Connor then, right?
We'll get it on the next one. Let's go.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Chargers at the Washington football team. The Chargers are actually favored by 1.5. That was actually a little bit of a surprise to me.
Yeah.
It must be Justin Herbert's hair that's giving him the edge.
Hey, he was in a commercial yesterday,
yeah,
and I was like, "Who's that kid that looks like Justin Herbert?"
Yeah,
Holy
this
moly!
guy looks like he's 16.
Who's that guy who looks like Tom Brady?
I've never got that before. Like nobody's ever been like, "Who's that guy right there that looks like Tom?" It never happened to me before, guys. Out of the gate,
Dustin, who you got?
I think this is a pretty low scoring game.
Sneaky low.
Yep. I think
both the defenses are pretty stacked.
I think both defenses are in play for fantasy here. You could sneak in. I mean, definitely Washington, but maybe even the Chargers here.
Yep. I'm going the Chargers. Just their quarterback situation, I feel a little bit better about it. So
Fitz magic.
He's the magic man. I think Fitzmagic is playable in a 12-team league, possibly for this week. Yes, don't shake your head at me, Craig. This is one. I mean, he's not going against some kind of vaulted defense. I mean, there is potential here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's gonna sneak up on us real quick.
I don't know if the
fantasy.
Chargers are banged up yet. They might finish
I mean,
week one
Austin
banged
Eckler
up.
is banged up
Well,
already, but-
defensively, I don't know if they're banged up yet. Like this could, we've already picked it to be a sneaky lower scoring game. So I don't want any Fitzmagic in this one.
Mike Williams, starting, not starting.
I'd rather play AJ Green, not Mike
I
Williams.
will be starting him.
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 12-team league.
Man, you're like the captain underdog.
He, in my opinion, he's the go-to.
Are we playing just?
I mean, you got Keenan Allen, but Keenan Allen makes the big plays when it comes down to 3rd and 4th down, where they need 5, 6, 7 yards. Mike Williams is the guy.
Justin
Mike
Herbert.
Williams.
Are we playing Justin Herbert? I mean, we drafted him
I didn't draft
as a
him.
starter.
I mean, if you drafted him
I
as a
didn't draft him.
starter,
I think you have to.
you
You
have
know
to,
it's going
yeah.
against this defense. It's going to be pretty.
Have you seen that defensive line?
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
scary.
sick.
Yeah, like last night's Tampa front seven is legit, but I think Washington, their defensive line is probably better than Tampa's. So
Oh yeah.
like those boys they're gonna be in Herbert's face all day.
absolutely.
Antonio Gibson, of course, surefire starter.
Yep.
We throwing McKissick out there.
No,
No
Mm.
McKissick.
Mm.
not
wanna
week one.
see,
Yeah,
like
I wanna,
the-
yeah.
Yeah, my concern is the new quarterback. Is he gonna check down as much as what Alex Smith did? I lean on the side of no. But we'll see. I think
No,
you need to
yeah.
give it that week one at least to kind of fill it out. Don't drop McKissick by any means, but let's see
Right.
what happens. Also, the other toss-up I was thinking of right now would be how are we feeling about Eckler, as we should inform everybody in case you've been living underneath a rock. Austin Eckler is a little banged up. Did miss 2 of 3 practices this week, but did practice today. So I think he's going in the game questionable, and they say he should play, and you got to be kind of worried after the hamstring took him out.
I had
for most
2
of last year.
drafts this last week that I wanted Eckler to fall to me, where I took Antonio Gibson because Eckler was gone, and within 48 hours I was like, man, I wish I had taken Gibson in that 3rd league, boy, because I'm having flashbacks to last season. That was Eckler coming out. We were all excited. If it was, I think 25 touches. I mean, he was just all over the place, but he didn't finish the game, and then you had to wait 8 weeks or something. It was nuts, man. You have to play him. If you drafted him, you have to play him. You just have to lower expectations.
If you
Yeah.
drafted him, he's one of your foundational players. So you have to play him. But
PPR, he should be okay.
He should be
Temper
okay.
expectations,
Yes.
though. You could see more Justin Jackson. There could be more of a split there just until Eckler gets a little
he is one of
healthier.
those sneaky players, though. Also, like Fitzmagic, anytime someone doubts him, that's when they explode.
We'll see, man. I
So-
think they're going to kind of hold the reins back on him because they need
Yeah,
him for the long
absolutely.
term.
I think Herbert's going to have to go to Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, maybe even Jared Cook. Like, I think it's going to be hard for Eckler to get going. So, in PPR format, obviously he's going to be okay. But in a half point or even standard, you got to definitely lower expectations. Like, he's not going to explode.
Lowered expectation.
Oh, he's got
Terry
to sing
McLaurin,
once. Scoring
Scary Terry.
McLaurin.
scoring
Oh, we-
McLaurin.
2 different names there, yeah, right off the bat.
Yeah, we're
A
feel
man of many
confident, right?
names, F1,
Curtis
yeah.
Samuel's out the
I
picture.
Almost have him in every single league. That's how confident I am. This guy's going to drop 2 touchdowns and at
sounds
least gets
awesome.
5 balls, at least.
Oh, yeah, 5
That's
receptions
fair.
for sure.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'm gonna go 7 receptions.
They have no
1
second.
touchdown.
Just to throw it out there, too, real quick, their second wide receiver listed on their depth chart did get put on injured reserve for 3 weeks. Why am I blanking on his name, Craig?
Curtis Samuel.
Curtis Samuel. So there's a void there, so you might see somebody step up. Might
Logan
be
Thomas is my first guess.
Yeah, Logan Thomas should be, a locked and loaded starter, I think, for this week, just based on the opportunity that's out there.
Yeah, there's going to be a larger pie for Logan Thomas, so there's going to be some not Sims, not Humphreys, but we're going to go with the rookie if they spend, I think, a 3rd round pick.
What was his
on
name? Morgan? Is that it?
Myers.
Now you have me checking my text I sent you earlier, sir, with that on there, because this guy could be a good DFS play if y'all are in the DFS. He's a sneaky flyer that probably a lot of people are going to be jamming into their lineups. He's going to come in really cheap. While Craig looks up that guy real quick, Dustin, who are you picking for the game? Who wins?
I gotta go with my boy Herbert. We're going.
Sims. It was Sims.
We're going Chargers.
Brown.
Yeah, the wide receiver Brown. That's the guy that we're thinking is going to step up into that wide receiver 2 role for the team until
I have no idea
Curtis
how to
Samuel
pronounce
comes
that
back.
name. He was a 3rd-round pick. Diami Brown.
Yeah.
6'1", 185. Dustin, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Dustin took the Chargers.
Yep. Chargers. My boy Herbert.
Another away team?
Yep.
Okay. Captain Underdog. Washington.
You took the away team last time. You said if I was a betting man, I would take Tennessee.
Right. So
Yeah.
I'll go Tennessee just because they're at home. But I'm going to go Washington here, and I'm confident. I put money on Washington.
All right.
Hey, you're starting your take it to the bank too early, sir. That's the next segment. I will also take the Washington football team, the WFTs. Next on the docket is the Minnesota Vikings at the Cincinnati Bengals, and
This is a
Minnesota's
fun one.
favored by 3 points.
Ooh.
What are we thinking, guys? Who pops out as somebody other than Joe Mixon,
Dalvin Cook,
Dalvin Cook, and then
Thielen, Jefferson.
you got your wide receivers for
That covers Minnesota.
You gotta start Chase, even though he can't catch a football.
You don't have to start Chase.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, a lot of people drafted him. If you drafted early, you drafted him in the first 5 rounds. I mean,
6th, 7th. I'm
I'm
gonna
not
go
starting.
6th, 7th.
I mean, if I pick somebody in the first 6, 7 rounds,
I'd
they're
play
in my
AJ
lineup.
Green over Chase.
Well, I mean, I think you got to throw him out there week 1 and see what happens. Like
I'm
the
not.
reconnection.
I'm not
with-
starting Chase. He's dropped too many balls this.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
with
man,
that,
it's
man?
the shower narrative, man. Like him and Joey Burrow played college ball together. They had a connection. They were in the same locker room. They showered together, man. It's the
Oh, I
shower
was like, they
narrative.
shower together. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Obviously, that connection has broken because
Be sure to wear your flip-flops in
Well,
the shower.
The
that
thing is,
dude
Burrow
used too much soap on his hands. He ate
Burrow
the
did
popcorn.
not play.
Bro's like, rinse them off.
Burrow did not play the preseason. He played the last game, just a couple snaps. I mean, we're going to see him out there with Burrow. I think I would take the chance in my flex as my 3rd wide receiver. If it's a 3 wide receiver league, like I throw Chase out there. T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, I'd start T. Higgins, not Boyd.
Not Boyd, T. Higgins. Anybody else we're missing from this game? Any tight ends?
Nope.
No tight ends. All right, who are we taking, guys? No quarterbacks. Nobody's running out Burrow or Cousins, right?
Nope.
I have Burrows, and he will be sitting on my bench.
Yeah. I think he's outside the top 12 for this week. Let's see how he comes back from the knee injury.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Who do we like, guys? We'll let Craig go first this time.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Defense. You could even play Minnesota's defense if you waited to the last minute, possibly dropping or not drafting.
Craig.
Like, yeah, if you're using that roster spot until the last minute and you had to, you could probably get away with Minnesota's defense.
That's my. I'm going Minnesota's purely for the defense. Their defense is
This season, they're supposed to bounce back for sure.
and they're gonna be able to stop the. I mean,
Guess we'll get our first unanimous.
You're going against Burrow. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a chance he's not.
I'll
if
also-
he's not.
I'll
Not
also
100%.
go with the Vikings. We'll make it unanimous.
Is that his?
here.
Oh, well, there you go. The Vikings defense. You
We
can get
all
away with
agreed.
starting the Vikings defense.
Next game, New York Jets at the Carolina Panthers.
This is going to be
Panthers
a fun one.
yep.
are a 3.5-point favorite.
That should be more than that.
Oh, I don't know. Zach Wilson might have something else to say about that.
And it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, this is a sneaky game. I believe it's an early game, too. I would like, hopefully, the Red
It
Zone is
is.
going to be on this channel a lot.
12 p.m. Central Time.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, let's start off with, I guess, the obvious real quick. Is there an obvious, actually? Other than Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, right?
I don't
No.
have Anderson or Moore anywhere, but if I did, yes, I would be starting him.
Yes.
And in a deeper league, you could even go with the rookie as your 3rd or 4th receiver.
I will let Craig have the floor real quick for his jet that he would like to play.
I don't want. Am I allowed to say my start of the week now?
Well, now you buried the whole, like, at the end of the episode. You're supposed to tease into it, but you already said it, and then now, like, we were just
So
supposed
do I
to
say it or do
casually-
I not
we were
say
supposed
it?
to casually mention the name Corey Davis, And then you're supposed to, like, later on be like, and my start of the week is Corey Davis.
If I had to start a Jet, it would be Corey Davis.
Interesting.
Sneaky, deep leagues. Throw Tevin Coleman out there. I mean, yeah, you got to. He's a starting running back for them. He's listed on the depth chart as a starting running back. Give it a try. Michael Carter, if you took him high in drafts, I'm sorry. Probably not a good idea to start
Ty
week one
Johnson,
if you know what's going on.
desperate, like that's
But
the
Carter
point.
was taken in the first 9 rounds, like in most drafts. Like, I mean,
No, I know.
You got to sit on it week 1 and see what happens with the situation there.
Stat line for Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Coleman? I mean, no, I don't think it's going to be great. I mean, 12 touches, 12 to 15 overall touches if he gets work in the passing game, and he might get
15.
to 70 yards.
70. That's like the ceiling. That's the upside here. 15 and 70 for me.
A couple of those
the
are
ceiling.
catches. I mean,
I feel DJ Moore may have a big game in this one.
yeah, I mean, we don't know what. That's another thing too. With Anderson and DJ Moore, it's the first time they're ever going to be with their new quarterback, Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold is a starter here. What quarterback? We're talking about Fitzmagic. No. Sam Darnold.
Yep.
He could be a
And
start of the week.
When Robbie Anderson broke out, who was the quarterback?
Sam Darnold. And he's going against the former
Sam
that
Darnold
drafted
team.
him. Sam Darnold's
Yeah.
going to light it up.
He is.
Y'all always finish each other's sentences.
Only when we're talking about the Jets.
Sam Darnold.
Ever since
Oh,
y'all
damn
sat,
it.
ever since y'all sat across from one another, this is getting weird. Sam Darnold, I watched him play for the past couple of years for the Jets, and my suggestion, if y'all want to hear my suggestion on it, would be no. I would start him if I was in a 16-team league, but not a 12-team league. I want to see what he's got first with this new offense before I run him out there. But I could see where the potential's at, of course.
My wife was in a draft the other night with a lot of newer fantasy players that 11 quarterbacks were taken in the first 8 rounds, and she started freaking out, and I kept trying to tell her, just relax.
Yep.
So she's starting Winston, but I think in that case you could easily go Darnold.
Absolutely.
Plus, when we do the pick 'em here, I think we all know who wins this game. So
Well, who's your pick?
it's going to be Carolina.
Dustin?
Carolina.
Carolina.
And the over-under, whatever it is, it's probably 45, 46 tops.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over.
It's a
Yeah.
sneaky high-scoring
It's
game.
going to be a shootout.
Now, guys, this next game.
McCaffrey's going to just go bonkers.
Yeah, he should,
Yeah.
yeah. This next game, guys, has potential to get up there with that Arizona-Tennessee game for high scoring. We got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are favored by 3.5 at home.
That's it.
There's a lot of potential here, guys. Started off with the quarterbacks. I mean, I think you're starting both quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
Matt Ryan's a fringe starter, but definitely you got to run Hurts out there. I mean, just especially you got a 4-point league for passing touchdowns or for touchdowns, QB touchdowns. I mean, you get 6 points for him rushing touchdown. I mean, it's the sky's the
Mobile
limit there.
quarterbacks are the way
Yeah.
to go in standard scoring for QBs. And my last draft of the season, I decided to wait at quarterback like you're supposed to, and it was the only draft I had all season, really, that I waited. Jalen Hurts in the 12th round, 13th round, and the guy that took Stafford 1 round before me, I was like, you're a sucker, dude. Like, Hurts is going to be a legitimate starter in a standard QB scoring league. Like, I feel good about it, especially against Atlanta.
I personally think he may have a breakout year this year. So
I'm not going to take it to the bank, but
Yeah,
I'll
right,
definitely
right.
stream him half the season and use Sam Darnold the other half.
Sam Darnold. What other potential starters do we have on the Eagles side? Are we running out Rager? Are we running out Davonte Smith?
I don't want to play either one of them.
I will play Devontae Smith.
That's my guy right here.
Ertz. I think Ertz is the only guy I would start.
Ertz over Goddard?
Yeah. Right now, as of right now, Ertz is the only guy that I would actually put in my lineup for
No
Philadelphia.
way, man.
Miles Sanders,
That hair is terrible. I would not
Hurts,
put him out
Miles
there.
Sanders, and Ertz. Those are the only 3 guys I would actually put in my lineup.
Why didn't you
until-
start him this week? His hair is gross.
I got a picture, it was a long time ago. But, yes, it's very funny to see Ertz rocking that same look.
Exactly. Like that Eminem rocked over like 15 years ago.
Right, I'm
20
going
years
to go
ago
20
when
plus years ago.
Yeah. And
Now,
that's
right
when it was cool
now-
back then. Like,
Yeah,
Right
when I
now-
did it, it wasn't even cool.
Right now, Goddard is listed as the number one over Ertz.
that's just a game I don't
Yeah.
want to play getting between those two guys. Like, I don't want to play either one. But definitely Miles Sanders for me. Hurts on that side. And then if I'm in a situation, 12-team league, there's an option there for Davonte Smith, either in your flex or your third wide receiver.
Yeah,
He's my flex right now.
yeah,
So.
yeah. If you're
You
looking
feel like
for
letting the Heisman Trophy winner flex on these Falcons. Put them in your lineup, guys.
I'm letting him flex on these guys right here.
and I traded him away in 2 leagues, but I'm trying to trade for him in another one. It's all about value.
Falcons. We said Matt Ryan's kind of a fringe starter.
I wouldn't start Matt Ryan.
I think it's not the worst play in the world. If you had to go that route, if you really waited on quarterback late and you got Matt Ryan, I don't think it's the worst play ever. I would bring him in probably ranked 13th this week, 14th. So he's
Behind
fringe.
Darnold.
I personally think if I had Matt Ryan, I would probably look elsewhere on the
Sam
waiver wire and play matchup this week. He's probably going to stick around on the waiver
No
wire.
Julio
If you want
Jones.
to drop him.
He's gonna have Pitts and
You got to run
and
Kyle Pitts out there.
Ridley, Gage.
Mike Davis.
I don't trust Gage. I don't trust that second receiver, third target option. I don't trust that guy. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of
Zacchaeus.
it's gonna be a lot of Pitts and a lot of Ridley.
Sneaky guy on the Atlanta side of the ball would be Mike Davis. I mean, he could possibly get all the work every single carry. Now, what kind of work is that going to be? It might get ugly.
I think
What,
Michael
you wanna
Brockers
take
is
Cordell
still
Patterson?
Cordell Patterson, I mean, they'll have some gadget stuff for him. But
over there. Brockers is still in Philadelphia. I think their front seven is still a formidable front seven. So I'm not even Mike Davis. If you drafted Mike Davis, you have to put him in your RB2
oh, yeah,
spot
but I'm
most
saying
likely.
he could touch the ball 15 to 20 times.
Yeah.
And just sheer amount of – it's going to be ugly, but just the touches alone, he could maybe sneak one in the end zone.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, let's. Who are we taking in this game? The Eagles or the Falcons?
Eagles all the way.
Eagles.
What do y'all like? Like, I thought y'all were Cowboys fans, man. Y'all are like, I might as well sing the song.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Hey, I mean, I am a Cowboys fan, but when you got a matchup playing,
Oh, it's not Brockers. It's Cox. Fletcher Cox. He's the guy in the middle. No, they still have a formidable D, guys.
I'll take
Eagles.
Falcons. All righty, guys. We're jumping
Start the
in.
D. Eagles D. If you need a D, Eagles D.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are kind of a big favorite here, 6.5 points at home. Gonna be guys jumping through some tables. I mean, this is gonna be
The Bills Mafia is legit, dude.
yeah. Bills. We'll get into the easy part here. You know, you're running out Josh Allen. You know, you're running out Stephon Diggs. Are we playing around with Cole Beasley?
PPR,
Davis.
Beasley, maybe Gabriel Davis. I want to see it before
Emmanuel
I play him.
Sanders is questionable right now,
he's
so
got some foot issues. Yeah.
technically Cole Beasley is the 2. So
Gabriel Davis, man. I don't know if
He's
Beasley's
sneaky,
the
yeah.
2. I don't even want to
I
play
think Beasley always has the role because he has the slot.
right.
You know, like so. Doesn't guarantee he's gonna be out there every
And
play.
they throw the ball a ton. Josh Allen throws. They
Yeah.
can't hardly run the ball. Maybe that gets better with Moss and Singletary.
That
but,
was my next question. Can you play Singletary? 12-team league.
I mean, you might have to, but you can't feel good about it.
I mean, you didn't have to draft him to be a starter, so I would say try to lean against that. But I will throw this out here. Singletary did look really, really good in the preseason. Like, it was popping, like, out of the screen to me. Like, I'm like, dude, who is this guy? Like, I don't remember this number. Like, I even had to check the number. I was like, is this Singletary? And it's Singletary.
As we've stated before, that is preseason, sir.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. Just don't get too hyped about it. I'm trying not to myself. I didn't draft him in any leagues, but I'm just saying the potential might be there. If he jumps off and has a good game, I mean, could be looking at, a guy a lot of people are hoping that could be a starter for them, possibly weekly. But
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Zach
Like,
Moss. I feel like Zach Moss was drafted in some leagues higher than Singletary.
I watched a lot of Zach Moss, him coming from Utah, and he's one of those players that that transition, he lost a step. I don't know what it is.
For the pure fact that I feel like we've talked about Singletary and Moss too much is another reason that I don't even want to play either one of them.
Good point. All right, Steelers side of the ball. Are we starting Ben Roethlisberger?
Najee.
Yes.
He's going to touch the ball a lot.
Roethlisberger?
Juju.
No.
Juju.
Are we starting Roethlisberger? You're avoiding the question, sir.
Claypool. I would flex Claypool over Beasley for sure.
Why won't you answer the Roethlisberger question?
No,
I
I
need to
don't
put
think
you like
so.
on trial. If we can start every single one of his receivers, if we're starting Juju, we're starting Claypool, we're starting Deontay Johnson, why would you not start Ben Roethlisberger?
I wouldn't start. I didn't draft any of those three receivers. I'm in several leagues, and I did not draft a single Steeler receiver because of where they were going. Claypool was the only guy I was interested in, and I never seemed to get him.
Dustin?
Obviously, you have not seen the TikTok of Ben Roethlisberger.
He's thinner.
No. It's it's a joke TikTok.
Oh.
It's when you have the starting spot, and the drill was you're supposed to avoid all the pads coming at you, and he literally like hitting each one. Then throws the ball down the field. Every other quarterback is and not Ben Roethlisberger. He's like, oh, I didn't miss that one. High five. Like, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't have any of the guys in any of my leagues either, but if I was going to play, I would play Deontay Johnson, I would play Claypool, and then I would wait to see what happens with Juju. I would not play Roethlisberger this week either.
Mm-mm.
And then I don't think you can play the tight end there, Ebron. It's kind of
It could be a higher scoring game, but the Steelers' defense is legit. So you could technically lower expectations for Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. I mean, it could be
Yeah, it could be. It should be a lot lower game than what probably people are thinking might.
I mean,
take the under. Yeah,
in it,
whatever it is, take the under.
I mean, personally, with all my injuries, I have Diggs and Claypool, so I'm hoping it is a shootout between those
or at
two.
least those two guys get to work.
Yeah, I am fingers crossed.
And Najee Harris, for sure. I mean,
Najee
You have to play
Harris,
Najee second round pick. He's going to touch the ball a ton. You got to play him. But even that, how many times to get in the end zone? Hopefully once.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Are we all going Bills here, guys, or does anybody want the Steelers?
You can't go against the Mafia.
They made it to the AFC Championship
Yeah,
game last year.
we're
guys.
Cowboys
We're going
almost beat
Bills.
the Bucks last night. So I mean, Pittsburgh.
It's a new year.
Can't hold back anything now.
I'm gonna say if this is a lower scoring game, I think Pittsburgh wins this.
Dang, that's a big. I could see Pittsburgh covering the spread, which they would make. They would cover the 6.5, but I'm taking Buffalo here.
If we're doing pick 'em, put me down for Buffalo. But
Why do you want to change the rules all the time, Craig? Like we played spicy or mild last episode, and he's like, I want to water it down. What's lower?
Who do
Can
you
I go
want?
medium?
I'll take wide receiver 1, but I would also play wide receiver
And then he's
number
like
2.
starts referencing stuff that's not even like around like hot stuff. He's like, I'll take well done on my patty, please.
yeah, no, the cheese queso. Like you take the rotel out of it. I mean,
It's just too much.
add a little of the picante into it.
That's just queso.
Uh,
Just cheese.
The 49ers at the Detroit Lions. The 49ers are favorite 7.5 points. Coming off an injury-plagued season for the Niners against the Detroit Lions, who have been having some pretty bad seasons of late.
Start of the week, Niners D.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so against Jared Goff. It could get pretty ugly, even though they're at home. But
That's a lot of Niners players that are looking at Goff saying, "We've been waiting for you. Like you
Yeah.
tried to run and we still found you." Like
Swift is a go. They're saying he is going to start for week 1. Are we playing Swift? I mean, I guess you drafted him. in
I
the
didn't
first
draft him.
I mean, I know, but I'm just.
Did you draft him?
No, I did not.
Did you draft him?
No.
Okay,
But
so
these are
We're
hypothetical
talking
questions.
to the people.
if
we're
you
talking
drafted
to those
him,
You have to
You have
play
to
him.
play him.
you do. Yes.
He's one of your foundational players. You have to play your foundational players.
And I think the other one we can touch on is T.J. Hawkinson. You drafted him high enough. He should be a starter for you.
You have to play
You have
him.
to play him. But the sneaky one, Craig or Dustin, whoever wants to take this, or both y'all can. Jamal Williams, are we playing him at all in any kind of a 12-team format as a sneaky flex play, running back 2 play if you really went 0 RB?
I personally think if you have Jared Goff as your quarterback, you have to play him. Deandre Smith, I heard he's been a little banged up throughout.
DeAndre Swift.
Right.
Yeah, and he has been banged up. He pretty much got cleared for this game, I guess.
I think he just passed today if he was
questionable
questionable or if he practiced. I don't know.
I think it's really, really on the fence about playing Williams, but I mean there could be some 50-50 work there.
I have to play him. I'm in a couple 12-team leagues. In one in particular, I am going to play Jamal Williams and just hope for the best. Last year I got away with it with McKissick. There were a couple guys, so I'm counting on PPR format to bail me out here. I think Jamal Williams is going to get probably about 5 targets. He's probably going to catch all 5.
And I mean Detroit Lions this offseason went and focused on the line. So I think
offensive line, Dan Campbell,
absolutely.
they have hardly no wide receivers. This is going to go through the running game. It's Swift and Williams. They're going Hawkinson, but they're going to run the ball a lot, and that's probably their only chance of winning. So Jamal Williams is going to have a role. Just by himself, he's going to be involved.
Absolutely. Sneaky DFS play would be Tyrell Williams. You can get him on the cheap, and they might be coming from behind in this game, more than likely.
Right.
So that's always a good thing you want in your lineup.
San Francisco side, you're going to play Kittle.
Yeah.
Ayuk, Samuel, you're playing all of them.
Mostert. Now you're running. Now the 2 big questions are, I'm guessing the first question is going to be a no. We're not running Jimmy Garoppolo out there, right? And then you can't play Trey Lance, of course, because he's not going to be the starter week 1.
Right.
What about Trey Sermon? Can you play both?
Man, I would rather play Sermon than Williams this week. So if I had Sermon, I would play him over Williams. But
I think they're gonna be scary on the run this year.
San Francisco?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think they're going to be similar what they were 2 years ago, where they had multiple.
What they wanted to do last year.
Right.
Yeah. They're usually always multiple backs in that system.
Absolutely.
So I don't think it would be a 50-50 split if you're trying to look at it from that angle.
Absolutely.
I think it's still going to be 60-40 out the gate. They're not just going to put it a lot on Sermon to begin with, but
Mostert 15.
Mostert's got a history of getting
Mostert 15, Sermon 12, 10, but they're going to run the ball a lot.
Absolutely.
Who are we taking in this game, guys?
San Francisco.
Niners.
Yeah, start that D, baby.
Yep, absolutely.
If
you don't, I will come and find you.
Whoa.
And I'll show you what D does.
Seattle Seahawks. It's a family show.
Right.
Seattle Seahawks at
too many angles, too many.
the Indianapolis Colts. Seahawks are favored by 2 points, so it's almost a pick'em game here. We'll start it off with the Colts side of the ball. We're starting Carson Wentz.
Nope.
That's a no from here, and Dustin's shaking his head no. Who are we starting on the Colts side of the ball?
You only have one option.
2.
Yep.
1.
Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, I thought we were talking quarterback.
I think if you're in a 12-team PPR league, I think you got to run Hines out there too. Just what he did last year, and they just paid him. He's a top 10 paid running back in the league now. Can you
I was
that?
actually really surprised. I took Hines later on in our draft.
Yeah, I know.
And I regret not taking him.
When he was named the second, I was surprised. I was more than happy.
Well, I mean, yeah, because Marlon Mack. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
We knew he was going to be involved. We knew he was going to be second. But
I thought he was.
If something happens to JTT, then Hines isn't the guy. He's still in that timeshare with Marlon Mack.
Right.
So PPR, if you got Hines, you can probably play him and feel somewhat confident.
Was that your second guy you were talking about playing?
No.
All right. right, bring the fire.
We saw him last year. They designed plays for him, gadget plays. If he was similar to a Chase Claypool, but it's Michael Pittman. If he's in his second season, he's got an upgraded quarterback, I believe. So I think Pittman, if you wanted to throw him in your fourth, maybe even your third wide receiver spot, that I think Pittman can be played this week.
Correct reference if you saw him last year, because if you blinked, you missed him because he got hurt way early in the season.
Yeah.
And it was looking good out the gate for him.
Yeah.
They were, like you said, designing a bunch of things. Anybody else for you at all, Dustin, from the Colts side of the ball?
I mean, I am a firm believer in Pittman. His brother's at Oregon right now, and that was probably one of the best games I've ever watched, where it was his last year at USC and his brother's first year. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The dad actually wore half.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And both of them balled out. So, games like that, they're
memorable.
They're definitely special talent. So definitely Pittman. I would go running game because, Sam Ellinger just got put on IR. Carson Wentz is Carson Wentz, and I don't feel comfortable with.
They're going to want to hand the ball off because.
Now, I will
quite
say
100%.
Jacob Eason has got a bomb. So if he gets in there and he hooks up with Micah Pittman or maybe Zach Pascal, he's got a bomb to.
It's going to be Carson Wentz.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but something would happen to Wentz, which happens a lot. Let's not get too deep. No, Paris Campbell, I would throw out there as a sneaky. You need to keep him on your radar. Watch how he does in the game because he could be a good ad for going into week 2.
I haven't dropped in my roster. I won't let him go not until I see week 1, see how these targets shake out.
The other side of the ball. Go ahead.
Looking at their depth chart. How many IR positions can you have? Like, it's terrible. It's looking like the Ravens right now.
We'll call the Ravens and see how many you can have. On the other side of the ball, here, Seattle Seahawks. We're all starting Russell Wilson.
You have to start Russ.
Chris Carson, you got to start.
Have to start. Lower expectation for Carson.
That defense is a little sneaky for the Colts. And then you also got DK Metcalf. You're going to run out there. You're going to play Tyler Lockett. Your main guys, tight end here. Are we looking at tight end?
We're
Gerald
playing
Everett.
Yep.
Dustin likes Everett.
The Colts, I believe, gave up the third most points to tight ends last year. I will definitely play Everett.
Yeah, I think you could spot start Everett throughout the season if you pick it. But the Seahawks have been known to throw to their tight end. Russell loves throwing to his tight end. So, if he's really the only guy getting most of the work out there, I think he could be a sneaky ad after he gets it.
However, they do still have Will Disley. So, if he ends up performing the way he did last year, there's a good chance that they just move on from him. So
yeah, Disley. He just keeps getting hurt, poor guy. But he keeps coming back though, so we'll give him that. But anybody else on the Seahawks side? We're not running Penny out there.
Nope.
Possibly Penny.
Nope.
Chris Carson's known to.
I think he's even banged up right now.
Yeah, he is.
No Penny.
No
penny roller.
Who are we taking in this game? Seahawks or Colts, guys?
Seahawks.
You go.
Seahawks.
I'll take the Colts at home.
Yeah, I'll take Colts.
It's going to be a super close game.
Yeah.
One of the better games again.
And it could come down to the wire where Russ almost pulls it off, too, but I'm going to go Colts.
Talk about one of the better games, guys. The marquee matchup coming up next. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. Jacksonville favored by 3 points.
We should make this quick.
Yeah. Put us out of our misery, Craig and Dustin. Any Texans to play?
I'm not interested.
Not that I want.
No,
Deshaun Watson has been ruled out for week 1.
Can I play? No, I can't. Okay, so then no, there's no Texans I'm playing.
No Texans. Okay, we jump to the other side of the ball. Jaguars. Anybody?
Maybe Ingram, maybe Cooks.
No and no.
All right.
I think Cooks is a fringe, but I will jump to the other side of the ball. There is some potential there. You got the running back. James Robinson, you got to play him, I think.
James
Not
Robinson,
ETN.
yeah.
Yeah, some people might be running Trevor Lawrence out there. I would say he's not in my top 12 for this week.
Deeper leagues, I actually saw him drafted, and this isn't a horrible matchup, so he could have a nice game.
I'm playing against somebody in a 12-team league that's starting him. So
which I would love if I was going against that, but no, he could have a nice game.
yeah,
My non-popular idea right here is I would start Marvin Jones Jr. and Latavius Murray way over Chark. Chark has a lot to prove this season, and he's burned me too many times.
I mean, I agree. One of those two guys is probably going to pop for this game. It's just kind of a guessing game, though. Like, I think one of those two guys are going to hit either Marvin Jones or actually, I'll even give it to DJ Chark. I mean, it could be him also. It could be – that's the thing with one of these guys is going to have a game here, I think. But it's just you don't know who it's going to be of the three.
I saw in drafts where guys were wanting to argue in the chat room over Marvin Jones and Chanel. Oh, you got him. Oh, I wasn't. If they wanted to draft him. I think rostering him is great. Starting him right now, I'm okay.
I mean, if you're in a pinch.
Against the Texans, though.
I'm still okay.
That's what the matchup. I mean, if I was in a pinch and I had to pick, I would pick Chenault because they do the gadget plays for him. They
PPR
they
design
hand the
plays.
ball off. Yep.
Marvin
He's explosive.
Jones has been taunting us for years.
Well, even this preseason too, he was getting up there catching some balls.
Right. If he was the biggest hype, best acquisition, under the radar acquisition, the best under the radar acquisition in the offseason was Marvin Jones to the Jags. And I was a Chark believer the last two seasons. So
Yep.
I don't know if Trevor Lawrence can feed all three of them, therefore any one in particular roster him, but I wouldn't even start him. There's like I said, there's several other ways I would go.
Chark is
Is Houston going to put up a lot of points?
He's that
No, they're
athletic guy that you want. I mean, I think he's 6'5" and runs
6'4", he's fast.
4.3 40. Like, he's one of those you want to succeed. But
Yeah, can't start any one of them.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, who are we taking? Jags or Texans?
Jags.
Texans at home. Well, I'll go a little different here. Maybe Deshaun Watson somehow sneaks onto the field, Maybe he puts on Ingram's jersey or something.
That white line
jumps out of the crowd, and it's like, I'm here. Yeah, no.
What was it, the replacements, right? When the quarterback showed up, what was the quarterback's name? I mean, we all know it's
Shane Falco.
Shane Falco, yeah. He turns his back on his team like Watson did, says, I don't want to play for you guys anymore, but then shows up.
One of my favorite movies.
Oh, yeah, Replacements was great.
The dance scene in the jail, that was pretty cool.
Chicks dig scores, pain heals, glory lasts forever.
Dang, that's pretty good that you remember that quote.
Oh, it's dope.
Yeah. We're getting to the afternoon games now, the 3 o'clock games, if you're on Central Time Zone here. Cleveland Browns at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are 5.5-point favorites.
Barn burner. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, this could be a high-scoring game here, too. Sneaky high-scoring.
I'm upset about this because I have the Cleveland D.
Can't play them.
I don't want to drop them, so I have to play them. Unless I roster somebody else, which I don't want to do.
So I don't draft a D to the last round.
Yeah, but still, I understand what he's saying because Cleveland's D is pretty decent.
Specifically, this matchup is where I'm upset about. The rest of the year, I feel fine. It's this matchup.
Pittsburgh twice, Baltimore twice. Technically, Cincinnati later on in the season could be a high-scoring offense.
They should be the leaders of that division this year. But
should be.
Alrighty, guys. Well, let's get into the fantasy. I mean, I know we were talking fantasy with defense there, but let's get into more of the players that we are going to run out there. Chiefs, we know Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
I mean, are we going to play him, Patrick Mahomes? Tyreek Hill.
CEH.
CEH.
And that's where it stops. Mecole Hardman's a no.
Mecole Hardman, not yet.
Not yet.
You want to wait to see it?
Got to see it.
Dustin, wait and see on Hardman. I'm the same way, I think.
Yeah, I feel better with Robinson than I do Hardman right now. So, yeah.
This game.
First week, don't go too hard, man.
I would. No, it's bad things when you hustle. OBJ.
Questionable.
Jarvis Landry.
I think some people are kind of on the fence about Baker in 12-team leagues, too. I mean, I don't have him ranked in the top 12. But
if this is a higher scoring game, of course you're going to play Chubb and you're going to play Hunt. But you could probably get away with playing Baker. could
maybe,
do worse.
Yeah, because they're probably going to be chasing the Chiefs all game, like to keep up with them offensively,
or at least not being stagnant. You know, if I think the Chiefs are going to have the defense is going to be. It's going to be a fun game to watch. So I think Baker's going to have to throw the ball a little bit. I think I still don't like Hooper, but I understand that he's one of the targets. So if I had to pick one pass catcher for Cleveland, if OBJ doesn't play, Landry is a must start.
Right.
And if OBJ does play, then I'm going to lean, obviously, OBJ.
Yeah, guys, tune in on Sunday early before the game's locked because, I mean, that is a 3 o'clock game to see if OBJ gets some kind of clarity there. If not, you have to go in waiting for the 3 o'clock games to make that decision, and you could get stuck in a pickle if he doesn't play.
Hopefully you don't have to work.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we covered everybody there. That's going to be a high-scoring game, but y'all kind of know the guys there to go with. You know, the guys you drafted, run with.
Who wins?
Yep, who wins the game?
Kansas City.
I think Kansas City.
Arrowhead Stadium, yeah.
Home team, yeah. One of the loudest stadiums in the league.
Closest game.
Yeah, it's loud.
Per the spread for the week. The Denver Broncos at the New York Giants. The Broncos are favored by 1 point.
Broncos D is going to eat.
I think you could play their defense for sure, like you just referenced. Also, I think you could play Jared Judy. You can play.
Oh, we're going Broncos first?
I thought he was a Raider.
No, he's not a Raider. We've already discussed this. That's Henry Ruggs.
So
it's the same guy.
Have Alabama receivers.
It's the same guy.
For clarification, all day long we've been talking Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy. Craig can't get it through his head that
I don't want to lose sleep.
They're on different teams.
They are both talented players.
They are.
And they both have questionable quarterbacks.
They do.
They will both be, at best, the number 2 option in the offense if it's behind Waller or behind Cortland Sutton.
They're both extremely athletic.
Both players are on an offense that want to run the ball to minimize their quarterback's mistakes. So I would not want to play Ruggs.
Cortland Sutton, he is good for week 1, guys. But as you can tell by this, Jared Jeudy would be kind of on the fence for some guys. I personally would feel okay with running him out there against the Giants defense. But
I think Judy's going to do well this year. Against the Giants, I would play him. I think the question this week is running back.
Yeah, gun your head right now, Dustin. Melvin Gordon or Javonte Williams? Hypothetical gun. You
pull the trigger. I don't want to make that decision. Gun to my head. Just because he's been named the starter, I go Gordon.
No, it's Gordon.
Week 1.
But I think Javonte Williams is going to eat. I think he's going to we've talked about it previous games, probably about 60-40 split.
Could even be 55-45, and you get away with starting either one of them. There is no wrong answer. Cause
right.
They could both have very good games.
Right.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon. I think you have to for week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Javonte, as much as I want to play him, he's just right there. I think you can get away maybe in a 12-team, 14-team league, possibly running him out there if you had to in a flex position.
We would talk about Jamal Williams, Trey Sermon, and Javonte Williams are all going to be in that. Naheem Hines, they're all going to be in that back half,
30 range, ranking,
top 36, the possible 24-ish, they're going to compete.
Yeah. They're the vultures.
They're going to be involved. Well, and you could even make the same case that Kareem Hunt,
yep.
You're going to get that same level of production, at least in week 1. You're going to be in that same realm as Kareem Hunt. So
the change of pace back, yeah.
Well, we can jump to the other side of the ball, I guess, here real quick. Noah Fant. Everybody drafted him. He's going to play week 1. He was kind of a little iffy, but he's going to go.
Judy could be the third option in this offense.
Yeah,
I wouldn't play Fant. No.
I wouldn't.
I think a lot of people drafted Fant with the
intention to start him.
So I mean, if I had him, I mean the matchup's pretty good. I guess you got to run him out there.
Right. If you drafted him, you play him.
New York Giants. Is there anybody you can play? Feel comfortable with?
Is Saquon playing?
He's questionable, playing, but it's still. They said he has one more hurdle to complete to get into the lineup, but
Which,
then they said he's good, and then I don't know.
If you go check your waiver wires, check out Davonte Booker.
Yeah, if he's there and you have Saquon for sure.
DFS
I mean,
play.
especially with Saquon coming back from the injury,
Denver?
he could be your starter.
No, I mean, I'm just saying DFS play because if all of a sudden news comes out Sunday morning that Saquon is not going to play, then you get him at a very, very low rate for DFS, and it opens up the rest of your opportunities to bring in higher salary players.
Absolutely.
So that'll be everybody's, everybody would jump on that as the play, they would say. But
Go check your waivers.
yeah, I think Barkley said himself, I'll do what they want me to do for week 1, was his quote today. So it's kind of weird when I read that quote. I was like, okay, so he's kind of implying like the team is wanting him to like kind of, we're pulling back the reins here.
Right, that's how I would
That's
perceive it.
how I perceive it.
He wants to, but they don't want him to, so he might just
I'm going to
chill
do
out.
the team. Yeah.
That's what I've kind of heard is the team has invested so much in him. They want him to hit the bricks.
Right,
yeah. So I mean, it may even be he's listed as the starter, but it may even be a 60-40 Davonte Booker side.
I think they're going to lean on Booker here
if they
more
play
than
him
what
40,
a lot of people
I
are
don't even
thinking.
know if they play him that. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, why play him 40? You might as well just let him get the first snap or the first series and then just chill.
Kind of preseason it.
Yeah.
That's
exactly
a good
right.
Yep.
And if Daniel Jones is out there throwing, I'm playing the Denver D in the league, and I'm excited, boy. This is going to be fun.
So nobody else from the Giants, are we running Galladay out there? I think he could be a sneaky play. I mean, just against the Denver defense, so you got to be kind of careful.
Galladay reminds me a lot of Marvin Jones. Like, back when he had Stafford, like, they were forced to be reckoned with, but they're both the same player. Like,
I'm telling you right now, Patrick Surtain is going to be on Galladay, and I could see pick 6 happening from Danny Dimes to Mr. Patrick Surtain.
I think in a PPR format, you were hoping for Galladay, which he's never been a big reception total guy. I think 85 catches is about the ceiling.
right.
You're hoping this year that it gets bigger if it grows, but man, I don't want to play Galladay. You might have to, but I don't want to.
I think the only player that you could play on the Giants, right, is going to be Saquon. Unless we get news that Saquon's out, then there would be Davonte Booker. Okay, who are we picking for this game, Broncos or Giants?
Broncos all the way.
Broncos, yeah.
Maybe Vegas knows something we don't. They have this almost as a pure toss-up game, but I'll go Broncos too. I have a weird feeling about it. But Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. New England Patriots are favored 2.5 points. Let's kick it off with the Patriots first.
We're coming up on an hour.
Yeah, no, guys, we got to burn through these next couple of games, and then our starts of the week, and then we'll get y'all on the road. It's a longer episode, man. We had to go through a whole week.
That's all right. That's all right.
I think you have a lot of players to start. Patriots, you can start Mac Harris, Damian Harris, Mac Jones, sorry. Possibly even James White, Jacoby Wires. There's a lot of players you could start.
The Dolphins D is good. The Patriots D is good. I don't want to start anybody that I don't have to. So if you drafted Gaskin, play him. If you drafted Damian Harris, play him. I'm pumping the brakes on Jacoby Myers and Nelson Aguilar, the tight ends. I want to see all that before it comes out. And then on Miami side, you can't trust any of the wide receivers yet until you see it. Waddle in PPR and Gesicki at your tight end spot. Those are the only plays.
Yeah.
Tried to speed it up because I know the time.
I agree.
Well, is there anybody I didn't say?
No, I mean, I think you do keep an eye on Mac Jones. So, I mean, that is some potential there. I mean,
it's exciting.
A couple weeks, just watch what he does.
Right. No, I'm excited. I like watching New England make a move after the Brady, after the Cam Newton. It's nice to see Mac Jones, so I'm hoping the best for him.
I've seen several videos of, Bill Belichick, like, hey, welcome to the team, Tom. And he's like, my name's Mac. And he's like, sure it is, Tom. Like,
yeah.
Go get him, Tom.
Here's your parking spot. Why does it say Tom?
Gotta love it.
Who
we taking?
You're so funny, Tom. Patriots.
Just for the sake that it's his first game, I'm gonna go Miami.
I will go with the Patriots, but keep an eye on Tua Tagovailoa the rest of the season.
You love
This is a
saying
tough
that
first
name.
game, but I think he has potential to be a top 12 starter. We roll on to the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. The Packers come in as a three-point favorite. It's not in New Orleans no more. The game is shifted to, I think they're going to be playing in Jacksonville due to the hurricane. They're not able to play in New Orleans, so there's no home field advantage here for any team. What are we looking at Green Bay here, guys? I mean, we got Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is a go. Aaron Jones is a go. Davonte Adams is a go.
Absolutely.
Robert Tonyan.
I don't like Robert Tonyan this week.
You drafted him as a starter. I don't know if you
I
got
mean, I like that
else.
matchup better than Fant.
Yeah, if you
The
drafted
matchup,
him
like,
as a starter, you
or even
have to
Fant's
play
matchup.
him. But I personally don't like him this week. I think he gets shut down by the Saints D.
I didn't draft Tonyan anywhere for the reason that Aaron Jones can do whatever he wants with the ball at any given time. He's known to hyper target players. So I mean, I like Tonyan, but where he was being drafted, I didn't get him anywhere. So
I'm thinking maybe 3 receptions this game. So
it could be for 3 touchdowns. Who knows?
True.
A.J. Dillon, pure handcuff at this point?
At this point, yes, but you're kind of excited about it.
Yeah.
Jamal Williams has touched the ball a lot these last few years. So if
could be some
A.J. Dillon
potential
gets 175 touches, I might even try to trade for him this weekend before Sunday, yeah.
On the other side of the ball, New Orleans Saints, Jameis Winston. We'll start off with the quarterback. Are we running him out there? I think a lot of people sneaking him in there late in their drafts, and you stayed away from quarterback to the end. That is a lot of people's quarterbacks.
Hey, my wife took that draft the other night with all those QBs, and she started freaking out, and I said it was pick 86, I believe, 81, something like that. Excuse me, and I said, babe, Corey Davis. And then I went to the restroom. When I came back, she said, don't be mad, but I took Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, honey, I love you. I married you. We have 3 children together, 3 beautiful children. And,
but what in the
right? And I was like, I'm sorry, did you take Jameis Winston in the 8th round? Like ninth round? Like, what were you thinking?
Really cool if somebody would have jumped right in the middle of that conversation and intercepted it. That would have been classic Jameis.
Yeah, classic.
I think your surprise starter this week is probably Jordan Humphreys. Big guy. Winston tends to overthrow his receivers, so maybe the big guy, he won't overthrow so much.
Okay, you're going to have to fill me in. Who the heck is Jordan Humphreys? Tight end?
From Texas.
Wide receiver?
Yeah.
He's 6'5".
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He said you can't teach that. You're going deep, Dustin. That is deep.
6'4". 6'4", 225.
That's why Dustin Tier, guys. He throws out these.
If you're going deep in a 16,
he's number 2. With everybody hurt, it's Callaway and then him.
I'm gonna go Adam Troutman as the 3rd target behind Kamara and Callaway.
Yeah,
so your 4th target in a Winston-led offense. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd mess with that.
Possible Jameis, but for sure Kamara, of course, and then maybe Callaway. I mean, I don't want nothing to do with anybody else.
Callaway or Judy?
I did say surprise start.
I'll take Judy.
Right,
surprise get. Sorry.
Right, you went.
Surprise get.
I like Judy versus that defense.
Judy over Callaway.
Yeah, I like Judy over that defense for the Giants versus the
Packers do
D
have
is a
some
little bit
corners, yeah, but Callaway should have some targets. So.
All right, guys. Saints or Packers?
Packers.
Packers.
All righty.
You can actually start the Packers D.
Yeah.
If you're digging around and you don't like the Minnesota, Denver, I'm trying to give some to you. So if you don't like those, then you could probably go Packers D.
We roll on the Sunday Night Football. The Chicago Bears at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are favored by 7.5 points. We'll start off with Mr. Matthew Stafford for the Rams. Start.
Man, it's good. I think the 2 biggest questions for me this season were Chase Edmonds, James Conner, and then Matt Stafford. Like, I want to know if McVay. So, I have Stafford as a 2nd QB. Fortunately, I already played Tom in that league. But I am curious how Stafford does. And this is a good matchup, too. Chicago's defense is not a bunch of chumps. So
yeah, that's my
lower expectation.
Yeah.
Stafford should be able to do something, though, right?
Yeah, I think you can't start him this week. Let's see what he does against this defense, but there's going to be better matchups on the horizon that you can definitely start him.
I'm starting him.
Wow.
If I had him. Tons of targets. I think he comes out.
Well, they're at home.
They are at home.
And he plays in a dome.
He has Woods, Cups. They've been raving about Tutu Atwell.
Tyler Higbee. Darrell Henderson.
I'm starting him this week.
Watch out for Van Jefferson, too.
They're not sure about the running back situation there. I think it's going to be a Stafford show.
Sony Michelle or I have to ask. The people want to know.
That's not even a question.
So Henderson, full go Henderson? You drafted it?
Full go Henderson.
Okay.
Sony Michelle would be like RB 40-ish.
We're not seeing no kind of split there.
I don't think Henderson's going to get 20-plus carries or touches. I think Henderson's probably in that 15 to 20 range, so Sony's going to be involved. And he might even get a goal line look or two. So
he's going to be that change of pace guy.
Heavier back. The fun thing about the Rams offense this season, because of what you already said, was without Cam Akers, and they gave up picks to get a quarterback, and they've got these offensive pieces in play. I did not see them being the same Goff offense.
Right.
It's almost like McVay said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go score some points.
Right.
So it's going to be really interesting. If you talk about, in years past, they've talked about putting your best offensive skill players in position to score. Woods, Brandon Cooks was there, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee had a great second half one year. They wanted Everett to do some things. They drafted Henderson. They drafted Cam Akers. I don't think they're going to dink and dunk with Stafford there. So it's going to be really – you already touched on Van Jefferson, guys. That's a put him on your bench, see how it plays out. Yeah, if he's the third targeted player on this offense, he could – every year there's going to be an offense that has 3 wide receivers.
Right.
And – much like the Bucks right now, this could be another. This could be
it
another
could.
one.
It could.
Tyler Higbee.
You probably drafted him as a starter, so you have to.
Yep.
I'm playing him. Yeah, I think you have to. I think they are going to get into. McVay's going to say, hey, I'm not going to run against this guy. I'm not going to run at Khalil Mack. I'm going to just Stafford's going to draw back, get the ball out of his hands, much like what Brady was doing last night. I think that's the kind of offense you're going to see, the kind of game, just maybe not as high scoring on the other side of the ball. Anybody for the Chicago Bears?
You drafted Montgomery, so you got to play him, but you got to lower expectations.
Yeah, that line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson. Yeah.
Allen Robinson,
going to probably be shadowed by Jalen Ramsey.
He probably doesn't get in the end zone, and he's probably only going to have 4 catches for 40 yards, but you drafted him. You have to play him. Start your studs.
Does Justin Fields see the field?
Darnell Mooney.
I think they ride it out with Dalton. And
I'm going to bench
for the
Mooney.
Game one, but Mooney?
I have to bench him.
I think you have to in this matchup.
I can bench him, so in the league that I have to play him.
He's questionable this week anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep an eye on that if you are looking to play
him. It makes it kind of easy.
Nobody's running out Jimmy Graham, right?
No.
Jimmy Graham.
He's technically the second, so K-Met is.
They have Clement as the number 1 on the depth chart. Oh,
Cole
that's interesting. Keep that to watch because I'm just stating the tight end because when you get a rookie quarterback that comes in there, when Justin Fields will eventually get this job, they tend to target their tight end. So
absolutely,
there could be some potential there. Just it might be. I'm stretching here, guys, but there could be. Who are we picking to win this game, the Bears or the Rams?
Rams.
Okay. We move on to the Monday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens at the Las Vegas Raiders, and I hope it's in Vegas. I hope the Ravens. You think they're bringing their own ambulance to the game, or too soon?
Hey, and if you played in high school and you remember that there was always an ambulance parked over off to the side just in case, and that's how you feel when you think about the Ravens right now. Just man,
absolutely,
the medical staff, they're hiring people, just extra medical staff.
There's got to be somebody higher up in the office that is going, did we hire the wrong medical
team?
Yeah,
strength
we need
and
to replace
conditioning
strength and
coaches.
conditioning. Do we need to resod this field? Like, what the heck is going on?
It goes back to the preseason. You know, if they took a preseason game away, if they do all these things with the practices, so it's, you know, different teams were approaching it different ways, and between Marcus Peters and the running backs for Baltimore, you got to question what they were doing over there in Baltimore.
Yeah, guys, and just to bring y'all up to speed in case y'all don't know what's going on, we're talking about all the season-ending injuries, knee injuries that happened to Marcus Peters, their best DB, and then the running backs, J.K. Dobbins, and then you turn around a week later, and then it happens to Gus Edwards. And now we're looking at
Justice Hill.
Justice Hill too. Yeah. I'm sorry, yeah. And now we're sitting here looking at the rookie
Tyson Williams.
And then they also have been out on a spending spree. They brought in Le'Veon Bell.
Yep.
They brought in Devontae Freeman, and then now recently Latavius Murray. Now, do any of these guys get on the field in time for Monday? I mean, Monday gives them a little bit more time, but or are we looking at just the rookie for this game?
I think one of them has got. I mean, if they have time, you got to get one of them on the field.
It's probably going to be Le'Veon Bell that goes with the rookie.
That's what I'm thinking.
If Murray does suit up, then I think Murray's going to get a good look. He's going to get a decent. Latavius Murray, if he gets on the field, is a veteran, so he is going to be able to run between the tackles.
Now, right now they have Tyson Williams listed as the 1 and Latavius Murray listed as the 2.
I think they have to because he's been on the team longer. He's earned his spot.
This is a great matchup too against the Raiders.
Yeah.
So that really hurts, but I think I'm personally just going to stay away from the whole situation. I'm not running out the rookie, even though I know there's been a lot of praise on him or any of the other guys, any other vets that they brought in, because it's just so unclear.
If you drafted Dobbins, it was late enough, hopefully, that you were able to have other options here. And then for anybody who drafted,
it wasn't.
I'm sorry, Dustin. if you drafted Gus Edwards, again, it was either super late, so I know you have other options, or hopefully you took him late enough. And I know for all the leagues that I'm looking at, you probably don't have to start the rookie. So you should be okay just avoiding the backfield altogether. But if you had to start one.
If I had to start one, I'd start the rookie, I guess.
Rookie, yeah.
So. Mark Andrews, yes.
Guaranteed.
Lamar
Locked
Jackson,
and loaded.
yes. You got to play
Yes,
Lamar.
yes.
He should be running the ball even more.
He's going to have a great game.
And then it's Marquis Brown, any of the wide receivers.
No, thank you.
Duvernay. Again. This may be a younger player that is going to played for LSU, had
How
big
many career
plays.
receptions does he have?
Well, I think this is his second year, right?
Yeah, second year. Last year he had 20 receptions, 201 yards. Average 10.1
If Sammy Watkins
yards.
goes, Duvernay is not even an afterthought.
I think
Right,
they all
right.
play. I think Watkins is going to play.
Andrews,
He would
Brown,
again be
Watkins,
a
yeah.
fourth target.
Watkins, yeah.
Well, let's jump to the other side of the ball real quick, guys. We have the Las Vegas Raiders. You got to play Josh Jacobs, correct?
You probably do have to, but yeah, don't expect
feel
much.
Great about it,
Yeah.
He's one of your foundational players. So yeah, you got to play him.
He
What
was going in the 50s, 60s, I think.
Yeah.
50s. He definitely fell into
He
the 50s.
is questionable though. So
He's always questionable. But the guy is durable, though. I mean, he plays through everything.
Yeah, I like
Drake,
the player.
Are we playing Drake? Kenyon Drake at all?
No, sir.
no.
Do we think it's a 50-50 split?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. So we're leaning Jacobs week 1. I think it is actually more of a closer to a 50-50 split, actually. But we'll see. I think they're going to give Drake all the third down work.
Las Vegas Raiders. Are we playing Ruggs?
You're playing Darren Waller, so we'll get that out of the way. But any of the other receiving
playing
options?
Darren Waller.
I would probably play Cole Beasley over Ruggs.
If you really needed a flash in the pan, like one hitter, like it's the guy you send out there that's he's got to get the knockout in the first round or he's
Darren
going
Waller.
down. No,
No.
Darren Waller's your guy that's going to last all 12 rounds.
Oh,
of the
yeah.
fight.
Sorry. I just
You
want
got
to
to throw Henry Ruggs out there because at any moment he could catch that 60-yard bomb and take it to
Absolutely.
the house. So, I mean, if you're really looking for just trying to swing for the fences, if you had to, which you hopefully shouldn't week 1.
Humphreys? for New Orleans or Ruggs?
I would play Ruggs.
Ruggs.
Okay, I was just making sure. I'd still go Beasley.
That wraps up the games, guys. We're going to jump into our last segment here real quick. Take it to the bank. Starter of the week. Craig?
Well, I'm going to shock everybody with this one because you want me to say Corey Davis.
Yeah, well, I mean, we thought you were going there.
You want me to say Corey Davis, but I'm going to offer up because tight end is such a hard position to find.
Yeah.
After the big 4, 5, or 6, which I'm more confident in Andrews than I am Pitts and Hawkinson. Pitts is probably my 5th tight end. You still can't love a rookie tight end, but I'm going to tell you this. If you missed on those first 5 or 6 guys and you're looking at Higbee against Chicago, if you're looking against Gesicki against New England, and we know that Belichick in that defense is going to take away the number 1 option, so you can't really like Gesicki either. I'm going to offer up a slam dunk right here, guys. This is week 1, start of the week, no questions asked. Tyler Kroft.
Tyler Kroft. Well, that's the mic or the you stopped the record.
I'm going to set my mic down now, carefully.
Yes, please don't drop the mic.
Dustin, who's
Tyler
your
Kroft.
start of the week? Take it to the bank. Starter of the week.
My start of the week is, I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. This player has wheels. I think he's going to have a standout year. He is playing, I believe, the 31st defense against quarterbacks. And that player is Mr. Jalen Hurts. He is no longer Hurts. So I think he has a big week this week.
All right, Jalen Hurts. We
I
got
put Hurts up there. There's some like Tannehill or Hurts. I think I lean Hurts.
yeah for this week. Yeah, like I mean, even though that Tennessee Titan game, Arizona should be pretty high.
fun. I
scoring,
like
but
Arizona's defense more than
yeah,
I like Atlanta's.
Take
Thank
the
you.
wheels.
I have Tannehill, so thanks for that. But I hear you.
guys, y'all are not gonna like this one. I don't
Start of
think
the
it.
week, buddy.
I think y'all are gonna give me some sideways looks.
You
but,
better not say
you
Ruggs
cannot-
You
or
know
You
what you're
cannot say
getting.
Tom Brady.
Don't say Judy.
Can I say no?
Oh,
not
thank
Judy.
goodness.
I'm going to go with that game, the Vikings versus the Bengals. And I'm going to take advantage of I think the bad defense we're going to get here on the Bengals, and I'm going to lean with the Vikings. And
Don't say Chris Herndon.
I can't go. We know the obvious Dalvin Cook. We know Justin Jefferson. But what I am,
Thielen.
I'm hooked on a Thielen. We're going Adam Thielen this week, guys. He's a fringe starter for some people. I mean,
he's a beautiful fringe starter.
and I think he's gonna do better
Than Justin
than
Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson this week 1. I
Bold.
think he's gonna.
Okay.
I think you're gonna see the Adam Thielen that we saw a few years ago that was sitting as a top 5 wide receiver.
No, yeah,
Um,
especially week 1. He's
I
gonna be
think he
healthy.
comes out the gate. Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that could be a take it to the bank starter of the week, guys.
Hey, Storm, that was for you, buddy.
He's like you were saying with Ruggs. He's one of those players that it just takes one catch and he can take it for 60, 70 yards.
Like I think y'all are playing Marco Polo. Like y'all are on two opposite sides.
There's like a love-hate column, and I got Thielen on one side and Ruggs on the other.
No, I was saying he's a similar player. It just takes one
they both
little
play football.
Thanks.
Well, guys, thank y'all for joining us. Y'all can follow us, this show and watch it on YouTube.
I'm gonna change my Twitter handle to
Fantasy-
I dislike Henry Ruggs.
You can change your name on there, but I don't think your handle. I mean, I
Or-
guess you can
or
make it your
Jerry
handle.
Jeudy.
or Jerry Judy. Yeah, like
Uh,
oh my goodness.
Follow us on YouTube at Fantasy Football House, on Instagram at fantasy_football_house, and on Twitter at FF House Show, and myself at Playmakers with the Z88. Craig, your Twitter handle?
Oh, True Blue the third. That is True Blue I.
Not I hate Henry Ruggs.
Oh goodness.
Or
Dustin?
Jerry Judy.
Alrighty,
Mine is Nice Guy Gaming 16.
guys. Well,
Our Discord is in the description of all our YouTube videos now. So definitely go check that out if you guys need a quick start and stop, start or sit. Sorry.
Sponsor Horseshoe Dreams Boutique. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Also, thank you to
Hooked Up Outfitters.
Hooked Up Outfitters. Yeah, guys. Sorry we had a long episode. We couldn't run through the sponsors today, but we do appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And thank y'all for joining us, guys. Week 1, guys, get excited. We got big time. We got football finally back. So kick back. Week 1. If the wife's asking you to do the dishes, get them out of the way before 12 o'clock.
That's why I work
Mow the
on
lawn
Sunday.
before 12 o'clock. Whatever you got to do before 12 o'clock, get it done.
Peace out.
Later.
Later.
Thank you for joining our house.